Ryan Garcia is apparently refusing Vada testing at the command of Bill and Devin Haney. And a Gervonta Davis experience exposed why he is 100% right to do it. Unfortunately for many of us, this saga with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia has exposed that Vada is not what we thought it was. And in fact, that it might actually be a hindrance to the solving of the problem of performance enhancing enhancements in the sport of boxing. Let's talk about why Ryan Garcia is right to tell them no to Vada, and why I think, personal opinion, any fighter should tell Vada no to testing. And not to skip out on testing, but to make sure the testing is accurate and fair for everyone. Let's talk about that in this video. Advertisement is a very, very powerful thing. When you see a commercial for a cereal bar and there's a bunch of pretty women eating the cereal bar, looking healthy, sipping tea, feeling good in the morning, bright sky, white teeth, right? Nice clothes on. And you look at that energy bar and you say, cereal bar, energy bar, and you say, oh man, I really want that because, man, that represents everything that's good. Man, I'll be like that if I just eat the cereal bar, right? But then you find out there's a bunch of junk in it and garbage in it eventually, sugar, all kind of stuff that's going to ultimately lead you to become a diabetic. And eventually you break your habit from those cereal bars and you get yourself in better shape. Okay, well, let me tell you what Vada is. Vada is the equivalent, in my opinion, of that cereal bar commercial. The one that tells you that this drug testing is going to save boxing. It's all great. But then when you look at the ingredients in Vada, you realize, oh no, this is going to rot out your teeth. Oh no, this could be big problems here. There's a lot of stuff in here that is not good for you. And I'm going to prove that argument in a second, specifically using this situation with Ryan and Devin. Now, before I get into the details, let me welcome you back to the channel. Hey, hit the subscribe button if you've not subscribed. If you already are, welcome back. And if you feel like you like the content, drop a quarter or two in the super thanks. That is one of the best ways to support the channel and what we do. But let's keep it pushing. Okay, so Vada, the voluntary anti-doping agency, has for years promoted itself as being the bellwether standard of drug testing, and something that fighters need to enroll in 24/7 drug testing, 365, so that we can know that they are clean. That sounds good, doesn't it? Only problem, that's not what Vada does. Let me tell you what Vada actually does from the mouth of Victor Conti. Vada doesn't do anything other than schedule tests. Vada does not conduct tests. That means that they do not collect the sample. WADA collects the sample. They do not test the sample themselves in their laboratories. WADA does the testing. So everything of substance is done through WADA and not Vada. So Vada really doesn't do anything that I can see other than schedule tests. Now, keep that in mind, that Vada does not do anything other than schedule tests. There was a situation that took place with Gervonta Davis, where Gervonta Davis was in a face-off against Ryan Garcia. During this face-off, Oscar De La Hoya's co-promoter, Bernard Hopkins, put his hand on Gervonta Davis's either his shoulder, his arm, or maybe the small of his back, and tried to pull him away from Ryan Garcia. At that point in time, Gervonta Davis's camp went nuts at Bernard Hopkins. And why? because he had touched Gervonta Davis. Now, what was the concern? Immediately after that, many people in the boxing world said they were concerned because it could have been very easy that Bernard Hopkins could have put something on his hands, like some clear gel, like Victor Conte is known for having, the cream and the clear. Some type of clear ointment could have been on his hand, and he would have wiped that on Gervonta, and Gervonta would have popped dirty for something the next day. I also talked to other boxers and other boxer managers from other camps, and they spray their locker room down. They spray their water bottles down so that nobody can touch them, put something in their water that would taint their result of their drug test. These people are very careful about this because it is widely known that people will tamper with your tests if they can, because it's a way to get a competitive advantage. And if they lose the fight, you pop dirty, this guy gets the win regardless. This is something that people really do. Okay, and you can attach this to track and field in the 80s, where Ben Johnson accused the U.S. Olympic team of doing just that. Ben Johnson, the Olympic sprinter, said, yeah, I was on drugs. I was definitely cheating, but I wasn't cheating with the drug that I popped dirty for. How did that get in my system? They put it in my system. Now, these are real things. So why do I say that this situation with Ryan Garcia, where Ryan Garcia says to Bill Haney, look, I'll do Vada. How about we do USADA? Why Vada? How about USADA, Bill? Let's do USADA. And Bill says, no, we're standing 24/7, 10 toes down for Vada and only Vada. Vada is necessary. We have to have Vada. Now, does Bill strike you as somebody that is really out for the greater good of all boxers? Hell no. Bill Haney is out for the greater good of Bill Haney. And Bill Haney's out for the greater good of Devin Haney. And if the greater good of Devin Haney don't match the rest of boxing, screw the rest of boxing. Please. So let's go back to the scheduling thing. Remember, I put a pin in the beginning. Scheduling is the only thing Vada does. So let's listen to what Bill Haney is really saying. What Bill Haney is really saying is we need for everybody to tell Vada what their testing schedule is, or to sign up for Vada to give them a testing schedule that will be known by everybody in Vada and be public and be available to anybody that has inside connections with Vada. Because isn't that what Bill said he hired Victor Conte for, to know when people were cycling on and know when people are cycling off? So he hired Victor Conte to know that stuff, and then he wants all these fighters to sign up for scheduling, which will without a doubt allow them to know that stuff. The only problem is, if you know the schedule of the testing, you not only know how to keep your fighter clean because you know the testing, but you would also know when to walk up with somebody and wipe a little clear on their shoulder. Or in the words of Victor Conte, know when to sneak into their hotel room and with a syringe and shoot something into his toothpaste. So that he brushes his teeth that morning and he pops dirty. That's an example Victor Conte actually used. So no, I'm telling you, Gervonta Davis's experience with Bernard Hopkins, when you saw him snap, that tells you exactly why cats are really, really nervous about somebody putting their hands on them and them being contaminated and getting a false positive. Right? Because then you got to go through all of this stuff to prove that somebody did it to you. But you hear Victor Conte doesn't even care if somebody did it to you or not. He's like, you're responsible even if they planted it on you. What kind of person says that? Maybe the type of person definitely the type of person that would go to jail for doing exactly what we're talking about in general. Not exactly in general, I'm sorry, but that knows this process back and forth. That's why the dude is notorious. So no Vada. Why would you go to Vada when Vada is only scheduling? That's Victor Conte that let that cat out the bag. So just go to USADA. Have USADA do the scheduling themselves and have Vada have absolutely no connection with the reports coming from USADA or coming from WADA. That should go straight to the WBC and the WBC alone, or the New York State Athletic Commission and the New York State Athletic Commission alone. There's no way that Victor Conte himself should be getting this inside information. This is just some fugaziness, man. Ain't no way people should be signing up for it because it's too wrapped. It's just too wide open for people to take advantage of. And I'm telling you from an operational standpoint, it looks like that's what Vada is designed to do because it's completely duplicative. It's completely redundant. It's the same thing Vada's doing. The only thing you got is you get the scheduling and double the price. Because I looked at the price of just testing in USADA. Vada is dang near twice as much. These guys are literally asking for like $260,000 over a course of a year so that they can schedule your tests. What do you need $260,000 for just to add all that extra money on top just to schedule? No. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Heck no Vada testing because it's ridiculous. You're going to get all kind of people can pop dirty in that organization like that. Anyway, that's my take. Please let me know what you think. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.